Hi everyone! So today is Sunday, it's a little cold outside and I'm a little lazy, I want something easy. So what I'll do is, I'm going to use my slow cooker. I already set it to warm up, and I have different spices. You'll see garlic, salt, pepper, sweet paprika. I have some cumin, some oregano, and a little bit of chicken seasoning. I have chicken thighs. Here we go. Chicken thighs. There's probably 4 of those inside. I believe they have bone and skin on it. And I already chopped 1 large yellow onion. And what I'll do now is I'll open the chicken, I'll clean it up, dry it, and then I'll start browning it. I want the skin, and I'll brown it on both sides before I place it in my slow cooker. That way we'll get a nice color. I'll put all the spices on it, and we'll let that cook. We'll put that in the slow cooker, and after the chicken is done, what we'll do is we'll do the onions on the same pan with garlic and a little bit more spices, and then what we'll do is we'll place the Tikka Masala sauce and just let it slowly cook, and we'll serve it over rice. Very simple, just a few ingredients, and like I said, it's a Sunday, I feel lazy, I'm just gonna do something very quick for the family. So I warmed up about a tablespoon of oil. I have the 4 thighs. I cleaned them, I pat dried them. I want them to be as dry as possible. And here we have all the spices. So that's what we'll do. We'll put the chicken in the frying pan, skin down first. I'll lower the heat to medium now. I have my spice mix. And I will rub it in now a little bit. About 5 minutes on each side. We'll let this cook. So it's been 5 minutes and our chicken was on one side. We're going to turn it over. You see it has a beautiful, the skin has browned very nicely. And we're going to cook it on the other side for another 5 minutes. And as also you can see, there's more oil on the pan than what is put in. And don't worry, this is the spice that browned. There's more oil, that's from the skin of course, and we have some extra spice here, so I'll take that off. But anyway, 5 more minutes on the other side. The chicken has been browning on both sides, each side for 5 minutes, and now what I'll do is I'll remove it from the pan, I'll place it in our slow cooker, and then I'll add onions to the frying pan and continue working with the onions, making sure that they get softened before I put them in the slow cooker as well. Chicken is in our slow cooker. Now we're moving to working with the onions. 1 large onion, roughly chopped. Okay. I'll grab a wooden spoon. all that flavor from the chicken skin and the spices will help us give some extra flavor to the onions as they fry. So it's been 4 minutes or so, and we were cooking the onions down on medium, same pan as the meat. And now we'll add this to our slow cooker, and then we'll cover it with the sauce. It was pre-made sauce, we didn't make it from scratch. Like I said, easy, very quick recipe, something to feed the family on a Sunday, very lazy Sunday. So as you can see, I have added the onions. It's a little dark, but the onions have been added to our chicken and it started to simmer. I have had the slow cooker turned on high, and I have it set for about 4.5 hours. Here is the sauce that we'll be adding. It's a Tikka Masala sauce and it's out of a jar, and it's okay. So there goes the sauce. I'll try and mix it a little bit, and then later on what we'll do is we will be adding a little bit more of half and half, just to make it more creamy. But that's at the end, about 30 minutes before this is done. I'll be boiling some basmati rice. Basmati is our favorite rice, and this will be our dinner. So what I've done is I didn't want to waste any of that sauce, and I poured about half a cup of water to the jar, and then I closed it. I shook it a few times, and then I added that liquid with the remaining sauce into our chicken. And now we'll cover it. We'll let it cook for about 4 hours before we add a little bit more half and half, and that will be at the same time as we start boiling our rice. I removed the chicken, I took out the bones, and I removed the skin. I also had to take some of the fat from the top because the chicken had a lot of fat, especially the skin. So I removed that, and I broke everything up into smaller pieces. I added a little bit of, maybe a quarter of a cup of half and half, and then I mixed everything well. Now it's all warming up. And what I have also done is I started boiling rice. We have about 5 more minutes on the rice, and it's just basmati rice. I did 3/4 of a cup of basmati rice, and maybe half a teaspoon of salt, and then I added water. I always add 2 to 1, so if I had 3/4 of a cup of rice, then I did 3/4 of a cup of water, and then again 3/4 of a cup of water. And now we're letting it boil about 15 minutes. That's what I have on my timer. So we have 3 more minutes left, and our rice should be ready. So it's time. We'll see. Oh, it's perfect. Yep, beautiful basmati rice, perfect, just cooked to perfection. And here's our final product. Beautiful pieces of chicken and our basmati rice cooked to perfection. Just can't wait to dig in. Enjoy, subscribe, share. Thanks.